There are certain events that only happen once each year, and for muscle car and Corvette fans, this is what it's all about. Join us as we take a look at some of the highlights from what has been called the greatest show of its kind, the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. While many think of Detroit as the Motor City, or Southern California as a mecca of car culture, the Windy City becomes the center of the Muscle Car and Corvette universe each November when it hosts the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals. The show, commonly referred to as MCACN by those in the know, is an indoor car show unlike any other, where the organizers strive to assemble hundreds of historically significant and unique cars and display them in thoughtful presentations. When you come to the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals, you'll see cars that are on display kind of individually, and then you'll see collective displays that are made up of cars of a particular make and model. And Rick, you're standing here in front of a ring, a corral, if you will, of Mustangs. What is this display all about?
This display is the 45th anniversary of the Boss 351, 1971 model. It was a one-year only car, 1806 made. I run the database on tracking these cars worldwide, along with my friend Al Thomas, and you know, we want to know as much about the history of these to preserve the history. Is one of the fastest Mustangs ever produced, so we're into tracking them and knowing where they're at, or saving what we can on them.
That's pretty interesting because the Boss 351 is probably the only year that the small block car was faster than the big block.
That's true, and it had high compression, 11 to 7.1 compression for a small block.
Crazy.
Only came with a 4-speed. You can get it with power steering or no power steering. So
interesting. An 11.7 to 1 compression in a year when compression ratios were really
down.
Taking a dive. Yeah. So these cars, I remember reading road test stuff, we're talking like mid 13-second cars,
yes.
right?
Yes, yep.
And they're not small.
Oh no, not small. I mean 3,400 pound, but they also don't have the smog equipment on them like the Boss 302 or the Boss 429. So it's free breathing.
Very interesting. And you said what, there was 1,800 and some made?
1806.
1806.
I've got about 30% accounted for now. Some of those do include, we got confirmed Boss 351's destroyed.
Okay, so some cars that were and cars that are.
Probably about 20 or 30 we got confirmed destroyed, but we do have those VINs.
So now, in addition to the Boss 351 engine, what else made this car unique as far as suspension and anything else?
It's got the traction lock rear end, which is 391 rear gears. It's the nodular center section, aluminum intake, factory forward, a unique 4300D carburetor, 4-barrel, 750 CFM. You got the aluminum valve covers, solid lifter, 4-bolt main, a big harmonic balancer, heavy-duty clutch, heavy-duty competition suspension, the springs, leaf springs and coil springs, sway bar front and rear, ram air, no automatics.
Really?
Strictly 4-speed, strictly wide ratio.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a hot recipe. And it's interesting that this body style is kind of the stepchild of enthusiast Mustangs.
Stepchild of the first generation Mustang,
yeah.
But it's coming around. And I've been trying to promote these cars for years.
Well, I always thought this body style was cool. I dig the kind of the jet fighter styling, if you will.
Yeah.
It reminds me of you know, kind of the SR-71 Blackbird, aggressive styling, the black honeycomb stuff that some of them have, the stripe.
Yeah.
I love the way the bumper fits around the front and that almost flat rear window.
Yeah.
You know, the car looks supersonic standing still.
It does, yeah.
So tell me about how this display came together. Where'd you find these other cars?
You know, all these guys here are personal friends. So we got Boss 351s. We talk over the phone or email or Facebook, and I says, hey, I'm doing this for the Muscle Car Corvette Nationals. I need this color. They came in 11 colors. I've got 8 of them in the stock, 11 colors, and 1 special paint.
Which one is the special paint car?
The Calypso Coral. kind of an odd orange.
Yeah, it is. Well, listen, we appreciate you putting the time and effort into making this display, and we'll check out the book, and it's great you're spreading the word to get these cars a little more love, because they're cool cars.
Yes.
Thanks, Rick.
Hey, thank you.
Yep.